This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shasheena Rolle. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topic news: local government elections are set for June 23rd of this year. The local government system was established back in 1996 to assist with the development of communities throughout the island. Tonight, Sabrina Brown talks with the senior island administrator about the upcoming election and the system of local governance.
Bahamians wishing to become a local government practitioner will have an opportunity to offer themselves in the upcoming electoral process in June. Elections are held every 3 years, but since the 2011 poll, the constituency boundaries have changed. Senior Island Administrator Alexander Williams.
We now will be having 2 councillors to represent East Grand Bahama, 3 councillors to represent Marco City, 2 councillors for Pine Ridge, and 2 councillors for the Central Grand Bahama constituency.
Williams says an area of concern is the noticeable decrease in voter participation throughout the country.
In North Abaco, in 2008, 75.2% of the voter population participated in local government elections. In 2011, only 48.6% of the voting population participated. Further, let's look at North Andros. 58.5% of the voting population participated in 2008. And in 2011, that dropped to 41.1%. And Freeport, I can say, has the lowest. In 2008, in Freeport, 21.8% of the voters voted, and in 2011, only 13.2% of the voters voted in local government elections.
The administrator says the entire system of local government needs to be redefined to meet the demands of a 21st century Bahamas.
We must get our people to see local government as a pillar of strength for development, for economic stability, to be able to reduce unemployment. I believe that the local government system must now step up and address these issues. Move away. We have been a good fix, repair, and cleanup organization. We now need to be holistic builders, establishing sustainable economic activities in our district and developing our people holistically.
The union that represents customs and immigration officers is now lobbying for officers to be fully secured while executing their duties. The union claims that the shift is necessary because of the country's security climate and how it has changed. Charisma Robinson has this story.
As they execute vital government business,
all persons in those outpost areas ought to be properly secured. They ought to be properly protected. That means they must be given the necessary tools to ensure that they are properly protected.
The union that represents customs and immigration officers say it cannot afford another tragedy.
Because we live in a society today where anything is possible.
Vice President for the Northern Region, Rudy Stubbs, says the union is also lobbying for officers in certain areas locally to be issued firearms. This issue came to a head recently following the disappearance of an immigration officer in Andros.
Families are hurting. Their lives are being disrupted. You know, when you lose a loved one tragically in the execution of their duties, it is not a good thing. And so therefore, if we can do it for the other law enforcement agencies, I don't see why we cannot do it for Bahamas Customs and Bahamas Immigration.
Residents agree.
Their job is very dangerous. You know, and they coming across people. Right now, the criminals have more guns than us, and then you have criminals coming through the country. So they should be armed.
If the other law enforcers, like the police, I think it's only fitting that they should be also armed.
Now the union has since put together a draft paper to present to government. The executives say they hope the relevant authorities will see the wisdom in ensuring the safety of officers because they say the security climate in this country has changed. Charisma Robinson, ZNS Network News.
Well, Immigration Minister Fred Mitchell recently informed the media that he has ordered a review of the security of immigration officers. He says as a result of that review, officers who are not normally armed may be issued firearms. And police releasing the name of the man who was found stabbed to death at his home in Lucayo on Friday night. He is 47-year-old Anthony Kyle Welch of Mississippi, USA. The incident reportedly occurred shortly after 10 p.m. on Friday. Police say the victim was found with multiple stab wounds about the body. Investigations into this matter are continuing, and the authorities are asking anyone with any information that can help with this investigation to call 350-3107 or 8-911-919 or call your nearest police station. The young man who was killed in a traffic accident along East Sunrise Highway early Saturday morning has been identified as 25-year-old Wilner Michelle of Spinney Road. Police say Michelle was driving a silver 2002 Honda Civic car when he apparently lost control of the vehicle and crashed into a tree. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The fatal accident occurred shortly after 4 o'clock Saturday morning, not far from the Sunrise Medical Center. Police cracking down on indiscriminate dumping. Officers, while on mobile patrol in the area of Oak Street and West Settlers Way on Friday, observed a blue pickup truck through a dirt road discarding old furniture. Officers issued a citation to the male driver and was taken into custody for an outstanding warrant of arrest. Police are sending a stern warning to those persons who continue to dump old garbage and furniture indiscriminately throughout the community. Police say violators will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The Royal Bahamas Police Force is committed to the war against crime. So far this year, the Northern Division has seized dangerous drugs valued at over $5 million. Tonight, the Commissioner of Police is applauding the officers for their dedication in ridding the country of illegal drugs. With 2 major drug seizures under their belt, the beginning of 2014 was stellar for the northern branch of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. But many still question if the recent seizures represent an increase in drugs coming into the country or should be viewed simply as good police intelligence.
Sometimes it's very difficult to tell. It does speak to police intelligence and community support in terms of the interdiction, that is, being able to stop it. So we know it's not on the streets of Grand Bahama to fuel any murder, who steal my dope, who killed me, or anyone being shortchanged and issues around that. And like I said before, poisoning people. Nor does it make its way to its intended destination in the north, which is America, which is truly clear to all of us. But then you must also recognize, all of us, that there is always constant activity in the southern part of this world.
He says the cultivation of drugs is a multi-billion-dollar industry and adds that the U.S. as well as regional governments are working to ensure that what is being produced does not transit to the Caribbean.
To tell you today drugs is not being cultivated globally would be to tell you a lie. And so yes, there's still a lot of activity out there, and I'm not able to give it to you, but I'll tell you, if you look at the UNODC website, you'll be able to get all of the figures in terms of mass production. That is cocaine quantities, marijuana quantities, other opiates, and what is being put to the market. Because remember, it's a business for people that are involved in organized crime.
On Grand Bahama, officers have foiled numerous attempts of human smuggling. Greenslade says this is an area that the police is paying close attention to.
You've had many issues here before that we can point to as a result of smuggling. We have included again in the plan the fact that we're going to pay attention to that, and we're going to go after these people, and we're going to ensure that they know that we're right up in their faces, and we're watching them, and we're going to arrest them and take them before the courts.
Greenslade says it is their hope that the community will continue to partner with the police to curb all criminal activities. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.